find happened when light hit a mirror? So light hit mirrors, and what happened? It what? Yeah, it reflects. So when light hit a mirror, it bounces off. Okay, so light bounced off the mirror in the lab we did. And what did the light do when it hit the lens in that lab that we did? Nick, put the phone away. Put the phone away, Nick. What did light do when it hit the lens? So in that lab we did. So we shined the light in. What did the light do when it went into this? Yeah, it went through it and it bent. So it passes through and it bent. Passes through and bends. Okay, so light bounces off mirrors, it goes through and bends on lenses. So we kind of mentioned these already, but what concept defines lenses and what concept defines mirrors? So lenses are defined by refraction. That's when light bends when it travels from one medium to the next. So lenses are defined by refraction. And mirrors are defined by reflection. That's when light bounces off a surface and returns to the medium it came from. So reflection is what mirrors do. Refraction is what lenses do. Okay, so let's draw some lenses. And let's show what happens when light is refracted. So there are two types of lenses. First type of lens looks like this. And this is called a converging / convex. Wow. Oh my gosh. Let's just pretend that word didn't happen. Convex. So this is a convex or a converging lens. And as the name would suggest, the light converges on a point. So the light comes in, light comes in, light comes in, light comes in, and then there's a point that light converges on. And converge is just a fancy word that means goes towards. So this light goes towards the green dot, and 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 all the light goes towards the green dot. So that's a converging lens. There's a point that all the light goes towards. We'll talk about what that point's called in just a second. But the first thing I want to do is I want to pass out convex lenses for everyone to look at, so you can see what the light is doing on a convex lens. Where are your convex lenses? There we go. So just pass these down your column. So look through them. So these are convex lenses. Try looking at them far away. Try looking at them up close. And you can kind of see what the light looks like. Pay attention to whether it's right side up or upside down, whether it's blurry or clear, whether it's whether it's large or small. But that'll kind of give you an idea on converging or convex lenses. So that's the first type of lens.
You look at it from this way, correct?
It doesn't matter which side you look at it from. All right, second type of lens.
Oh, you're upside down.
Colin's going to be mad he missed this day. Yeah, I'm not going to tell him. All right, so that's right. So the second type of lens is called a diverging lens. And diverging lenses are sometimes called concave lenses. Okay? And what they do is they diverge or bring the light away from a point. So there's some point in space that the light goes away from, not towards. So the light comes in, and then it bends away from that point. Now you'll notice that I'm drawing dashed lines here. The reason I'm drawing dashed lines is I want to be clear that the light isn't actually going backwards. So this is just where it looks like the light came from. The light's not actually going backwards. So it's spreading the light away from this point as opposed to bringing the light to a point. Okay? So now I'm going to pass out the concave lenses. Concave lenses. So these are the diverging lenses. So look at these also. And do the same thing. Pay attention to, is the image upright or upside down? Is the image bigger or smaller? Is it clear? Is it fuzzy? What does it look like? How is this similar or different from the other lens? This is just Canon's favorite day ever. All right. Now, I want to give a name for these points. So these points have a name. They're called focal points. So these little green dots that I drew, and we've lost Canon. So these little dots here, these are called focal points. So focal points are where the light gets focused to, or the light gets focused from. Okay? So converging focuses the light to a focal point. Diverging focuses light away from a focal point.
So it's like the red dot on a sniper rifle.
Kind of. In that, like, it's where everything converges to. Yeah, similar to that. So it's where the light appears to either come from or go to. So this is where the light appears to go to, and this is where the light appears to go from. Okay. Any questions on diverging, converging lenses? Okay. Let's do converging, diverging mirrors. So number 4.
Okay, but
Yes.
If you combine both of them, it makes it clear and it's correlated.
Yeah. So depending. Now that won't be for every.
It's not like a.
So yes. So
Binoculars.
yes. If you're combining it, or like the projection screen, if you combine them together, yes, that's kind of how like complex cameras work, how binoculars work, how projection screens work. Yeah. Or even like how your eyes with glasses work. Same thing.
I'm wearing glasses. That's
Jesus
offensive.
loves you.
What?
I'm wearing glasses. That's offensive.
Saying that that's how glasses work is offensive?
Oh, you're talking. Oh. I got way too.
I think you need to reread the definition of offensive. Don't worry, I'll say something offensive later.
Offensive.
I'll save it for a good moment.
Typically a wooden post that is outside of your backyard, so intruders may not get in or out.
That's right. So for curved mirrors, so I'm going to do converging and diverging again. So here's a converging mirror. Here's a diverging mirror. So again, this is still the converging ones. Okay? And you're going to notice they're going to behave in the exact same way, except they're going to use reflection instead of refraction. So here comes the light in. On converging, it gets reflected to that focal point. Okay? And on a diverging, it's going to go away from a point. So again, the light's going to come in. And it's going to reflect away from a point. Okay, so converging mirrors bring the light together to a point. Diverging mirrors spread the light away. And notice one difference between the refraction and the reflection. So converging brings it together on the opposite side of the lens. Diverging brings it together, or appears to bring it together, on the close side of the lens. Mirrors are the opposite. So converging brings it together on the close side of the mirror, and diverging seems to bring it together on the far side of the mirror. Okay? Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Mr. B, we've looked at lenses. Can't we look at mirrors? Well, of course you can.
Yes.
So, I've got two mirrors. The front side of the mirror is a diverging mirror. The back side is a converging mirror. Again, look at them close and far away. Look at if they're right side up or upside down, if they're clear or if they're fuzzy, and how they look at those. So front side.
The fuzzy ones would be the divergent, right?
No, you would think, but we're going to talk about the fuzzy ones are actually the fuzzy ones are actually the converging. One thing I encourage you to do with the lens or with the mirror, on the one that's fuzzy, hold it really close to your eyeball,
Yeah.
and it's not fuzzy anymore, right?
That looks cool. Oh my god.
Yeah. So on the ones that are fuzzy, hold it really close to your eye,
Whoa.
and you'll see it's not fuzzy, but when you hold it further away, it is.
What in the world?
I can see my eyes.
you got going on?
What in the wide, wide world of sports?
Why do I see your eyes?
Well, because what do you mean, why? It's hold up to your eye. Of course you see your eye. All right. So there's our converging and diverging mirrors, our converging and diverging lenses. Again, they go towards or away what's called a focal point. And that's kind of the point where the light goes towards or away from. Okay? All right, back page.